Yeah.
She just leant in and went, get naked.
OK.
Obviously, it's from the film.
Saltburn. We all know where it's from. There hasn't been a murder on the dance floor. There hasn't been a murder on the dance floor. But I hear there's definitely one or two in Midsummer.
Yes, there is.
Finding out more from our TV detectives, Neil Dudgeon and Nick Hendrix, I guess, today next.
First, so it's time to find out what our lovely loose women are talking about this lunchtime. Is that my Charlene?
It is, Alison. I'm loving the hair.
Yeah, we love it.
A
A
little
little
shot. I mean, Dermot, you look fine, obviously.
Oh, stop.
But Alison, I love it. Right,
you,
coming
darling.
up, as Strictly Pro Graziano is reportedly sacked for misconduct during training, we're asking if it's time for the cameras to capture everything that happens behind the scenes and show it on telly. Also, we're talking weddings. Kelly reveals her guest list drama, and we're asking if the person who pays should have the final say. No, she's not getting married now or anything. And the queen of the power ballad, Bonnie Tyler, is here with two of her biggest fans. She's revealing all and why she'll never retire. So we'll see you soon.
Wow, Bonnie Tyler.
I know. Thank you,
So
ladies.
lucky.
So, it's the picturesque county, best known for its quaint pubs, its rose-covered villages, but it's not exactly the safest place to live in the world.
No, it really isn't. Over the last 3 decades, the deadly village has seen more than 388 murders and an additional 250 attempted murders. But luckily, our next guests are always on hand to solve the crime.
Yeah, and now Neil Dudgeon, who of course plays DCI John Barnaby, and Nick Hendrix, who plays DS Jamie Winter, are back on the beat for a brand new Midsummer Murder. Morning, you two.
Morning.
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 It's so
How are
good to
you?
see you
How are
both.
you?
I can't believe we're heading towards 30 years, 23 series.
Well, we're heading
this.
towards 30. 30 years is still a little way away, isn't it? It's a little way off.
Yeah, but ain't far, is it, Matt?
No, maybe not. No.
You can touch it.
You make it sound worse than it is. Though. When you say,
It's a resounding success.
there's been 350 murders in Barnaby. It's over like, as you say, it's over like 30
Over time.
years. It's over a very large county. It's not so many really.
It is a
normal.
It is a county.
It's
We need
pretty-
to always
and it's
add
a county.
that, you
It's
see.
a
It's a
very
large county.
area.
It's a big area.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there. You never hear about all the people who don't get killed, do you? They make a big fuss about
They're fine.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's talk about someone that does get killed. It's back on the screens tomorrow night. There's a murder involving an ex-policeman.
Oh,
Just
yes.
flesh out the bones a little bit of the episode.
You do that.
Go
Debt
on,
of
Nick.
lies. Debt of lies. That's what it's called.
It's called Death of Lies.
Yeah, it's a sort of police on police situation. There's an old retirement home for veteran policemen, and we come in. There's a murder sort of
bad
at the
thing
beginning.
happens.
A bad thing happens. 2 policemen turn up and essentially save the day. And we've got some lovely actors in it as always. We've got a wonderful guest cast that we always have. Tom Conti, particularly, sort of leading the way. And there's always a B story, which Neil is.
The B story.
The robbery. The robbery.
Oh,
There's
it's
a
on the
big
tip of my
robbery.
tongue.
There's another.
The robbery,
see, the other
the
thing,
robbery,
what we
the
do
robbery.
quite often in Midsomer, what you might notice is that there's something that happened in the past that then has all sort of
Yes.
gone quiet and disappeared, and nobody knows what's happened. And then 20-odd years, 25 years later, we come back and we go, hang on, is this connected to what's happening now? So there's another story in this where the young PC Barnaby, as a boy, was on the fringes of an investigation into a very big and famous bank robbery, which was investigated more seniorly by a couple of people who are now in the retirement home.
Ah, right.
So it's Barnaby revisiting his past and the police
And police
investigating
that he
the
looked up
police.
to and sort of mentor figures.
My mentor, Barnaby's
You know.
mentor figure in that time was a character played by Tom Conti,
Who plays the young Barnaby? Who do we...
Who,
were you involved
I
in the
play
casting?
the young Barnaby. What are
Paul
you talking
Mescal, was it?
Who plays the young Barnaby? I just part my hair differently, and I'm still playing the young Barnaby. Thank you.
Just changing clothes.
Let's have a little chat.
We don't get the full flashback. That would be fun.
No,
actually,
that
see a
would
real,
be,
yeah.
yeah.
We could do de-aging, the de-aging,
Yes,
technology
you
they
could
do
do
now.
that.
Yeah,
You used
need
to have
much-
to do it with all, you'd have bits of toupee
Yeah,
tape
no,
and
they can
things and a
computer
wig and all
generate
that.
it now,
You
can't
don't,
they?
not in the old days. It was all very.
They're doing that for me and Dermot right now as we speak.
Are they? Keep it coming.
How is it working with each other? I mean, Nick, could you critique Neil? Tell me, what do you think of his performance, just out of interest?
Well, if he would give one, I mean, I would. I love Neil. Neil's a great... He's an inspiration. He's a mentor figure, really, father figure. Learned so much from him, both about acting and life.
I heard he's doing his own stunts.
He does all kinds of stunts. He's got a bit of a dodgy knee, but
Yeah.
as long as the knees are right, and his elbow, your elbow. That's where you did your knee. He did a bit of
I can't tell you who we're chasing after.
We did some chasing.
There's a bit of a chasing, and they said, OK, well, Nick's going to chase him all over Berkshire, and Neil, you've just got to run round the table. So I do that.
A brisk walk,
It was a brisk walk, and I did it.
Come back at you, Bounder.
I did it 3 or 4 times, and it all went fine.
Yeah.
And then that night I got on and went, my knee.
You've really done myself
and
in.
It's still bad 2 years later.
Yeah.
You're joking.
I've not put a claim in.
It's very dangerous
where there's
being a
blame,
TV detective.
there's always a claim.
There's always, yeah.
Nick, you're doing some stunts. Are you doing some stunts?
I try and do some stunts, but I always feel
What
bad.
have you done, Nick?
Well, in the
You saved Rod Gilbert's life.
God, I did save his life. In the second, because there's 2 episodes coming out, and the other one is all about a bakery, basically, sort of a working mill. It's a wonderful sort of eccentric story, as always. And essentially, there's one big bit where this lovely actor, Rob Gilbert, is being drowned, essentially, being pulled by a...
Don't give too much away. Don't tell the story.
I don't want to tell the whole story.
Don't
but
tell
anyway,
them.
he's being
Don't
pulled
tell
by a
them
rope towards an Archimedes screw, which is this big sort of part of the mill.
Yeah.
Essentially, he's being pulled, then the water's pushing against him, and I basically have to run down the side, jump in,
You're
save
telling
him.
You're telling them too much, don't
No,
they
come
won't
on.
watch.
When you see it live...
I
want
will
to see
watch
it now.
I want to watch now.
The investigation into the police retirement home is tomorrow night on ITV.
Yeah, never mind that one.
Did you nearly drown? That's all I want to know. Was you all right?
We both know. Yeah, it was fine. It was actually just a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I was quite sort of like, whatever, it'll be fine. Pretty good at swimming.
I love your cameo.
And it was really quite...
difficult.
It was quite taxing. By the end of it, I was like, that was quite hard work. But hopefully that means it'll look good.
Guys, your cameos
We'll
are brilliant.
find out.
Rod Gilbert, and then looking down here, Orlando Bloom, Hugh Bonneville, Olivia Colman, Hannah Waddingham. Do you, did you know quite early on who it's going to be, or do you just sort of turn up to the reading room and go,
we probably find out a couple of weeks beforehand who's
We try
coming
and
up in the
ask,
next episode.
We're a bit excited
Do
about
ya?
it. Well, you want to know the world of the episode, or what's it all about? It's pets, or it's whatever it is, chocolate or rugby, and then the other thing usually is like, who's in it? And those are the things that we get excited about.
It's exciting
to know who we're going to have and who we get to work with, because we get the joy of working with all these different amazing actors each time.
People.
And they change every 4 weeks when we
You
get
guys,
to do
do
another.
you ever do conventions and stuff? Because 23 series
No,
down
we
there,
don't. We
that's a
really
huge fan base.
We don't do conventions.
We don't do conventions, but I'm sure we could squeeze it into our busy schedule if anybody's got any ideas for anything they need signing or anything like that. Anyway.
I know a wedding they're looking for some actors.
There's a what?
A special wedding at the moment that they're
Midsummer
looking for.
Wedding.
Would you? I
We've
mean,
done that. We
would
did
you
an
go?
episode. We did an episode.
With
Kelly
Kelly
Brook
Brook.
got murdered.
She got killed at the wedding.
Kelly Brook got
Yeah,
killed before the titles, I think.
I mean, it's not every show you'd get Kelly Brook in your show.
She
It's
was
mad.
Bump her up before the titles.
You could have anyone in. You could have Dermot O'Leary in your show.
No.
You
We
two.
could have.
We've got an eye on you
We
two.
were just spitballing an episode. I think was going to
I think we've got it down, haven't we?
Yeah.
I get killed by a safe.
Oh, you've
By a
blown,
safe.
no, you've blown it. You see,
Oh,
now,
no.
now we need a new
Oh,
episode.
no.
We need
No, we
new
can change
Did you
it.
boys watch the football last night? You're a football fan, right?
Oh,
What
no, I've
was that?
recorded
Oh.
it. Don't tell me what. I'm watching it.
Well, let me tell you, it's all going to be fine.
Okay, brilliant.
A lovely, happy
Very
ending.
excited
You're gonna
to see
enjoy
what
it.
Yeah.
If you're from Spain.
So tomorrow, 8:15, ITV1, ITV.
15, is it?
Yes, 8:15. Did you not know that?
That's
Yeah.
weird.
8:15, ITV1, ITVX, Midsummer Murders. What time did you think it was?
I thought it was 8 o'clock, but it's usually on.
I wanted to keep them waiting just a little bit longer.
A little bit longer.
Extra
Yeah,
suspense.
teaser, yeah.
hope
And then the
it's right.
following Tuesday, there's another episode
another
on
one.
at 8
Yeah,
or
we
8:15 or
checked.
something
It's
like that. You can
8:15.
get it on catch-up.
Thank you,
Yeah.
too.
Thank
Coming
you
up
so
next, could today be the day you get the call? Oh, you're playing Coin Drop. If you enter Coin Drop, we could be playing it live for you.
And he's making sure you have a great summer without breaking the bank. Our coupon king, Jordan Cox, will be here with everything from last-minute travel deals to bargain holiday essentials. See you after the break.